Hi everyone, and here I am with a quick 5-minute video and a quick up-to-date, well not up-to-date, but a quick update on the EOS 70D. I am recording on the 70D at the minute. It's very dark in here, so I am using the video light as well, that's why there may be shadows behind me. I'd just like to say that that I'm really happy with it, but I thought I'd do this video because I thought I'd do the good, the bad and the ugly and let you know that I think it's a fantastic camera. It's great in low light, the autofocus is on now, and it works an absolute treat. I can see it through the thingy that it's focused on my face, and if I move it's actually following me on the screen, and I can just see it now, so that's great. ISO performance is fantastic, and the camera's just generally fantastic. It's really good in low light. A few negatives: you can, if you use the onboard microphone, you can hear the lens hunting for focus or focusing in video mode. So if you're going to use video mode and you want to use the audio, you need to do what I'm doing now, where I've got a lapel microphone and I've got a Tascam in my pocket, so I'm not near the camera. I'm about 6 feet, 8 feet away from it, so the L lens is very quiet as well. It doesn't really make much noise, to be fair. That's a negative, but obviously most pros would use off-camera audio anyway, but I thought I'd just mention it because they're singing about it, and you would have thought that the onboard microphone wouldn't have really picked it up as it's something they're singing about. So that's a negative. And another negative that I found is it doesn't like Tamron lenses. My friend brought all his Tamron lenses down, and we tried the Tamron lenses, and when it's trying to autofocus in video mode, it autofocuses, but it actually it stops working and says check the lenses connected to the camera. When we turned it into manual focus on the lenses, it was fine, it'd record forevermore. So I don't know if they'll bring out a firmware update for that or not, but it is a negative that me and my friend found. Luckily, he's sold his Tamron lenses now and he's going to get a Canon. I've got the Nifty 50 and the 24-105 and I've never had a problem. It's absolutely spot on. Obviously the Nifty 50 is a lot noisier when it's focusing, but if you use off-camera audio then it's not really a problem anyway. So I'm just trying to think if I can think about what else. So that sort of wraps it up really, with some really good points that it works absolutely spot on, but there's also those couple of negatives. I don't really think there's any other negatives. I think it's a fantastic camera, but you know me, I like to really give you an in-depth, not just a 10-minute chat about, hey, look at this 70D. I like to give you the pros, the cons. So there you know, that's a con on the Tamron lenses. I've not got any other make like Sigma or anything like that, so I wouldn't know if they would be better. Maybe somebody else could answer that, but obviously we have tested Tamron and we've had the problem with the microphone. But apart from that, another thing, you need really fast cards. I'd like to just talk about a couple of bonuses actually. Well, I'm here. Micro AF adjustment is back, which we lost on the 60D. You can also set the minimum ISO and the maximum ISO, which is quite good if you use automatic ISO. You can record for 29 minutes and 59 seconds in the highest quality. So that's quite good. It means that you don't have to be stood near your camera. It won't auto restart though. After that you'll have to press restart again. So that's a big bonus over the 60D. We've got the micro AF adjust. Another good feature, what I found out is when you're recording video now, I can just go and take a picture, and you can actually take a RAW file as well. If you've got it set to RAW, it takes a RAW file. But what happens is that the camera does pause briefly, so if you couldn't afford for it to stop, then you wouldn't do it. But when we're videoing and recording weddings, especially when the groom or bride's getting ready, there's not a problem in quickly taking a snapshot and the video would pause for a second. We just cut that bit out. And it can actually take a RAW file as well. It is a little bit quicker if you change it to the JPEG setting. It doesn't pause for as long, but it actually only pauses very briefly anyway. And you get a RAW file. You do have to watch out when you're doing it though what your camera settings are, because bearing in mind if you've got a 30th of a second shutter speed in camera mode, f4 ISO 800, and you go and take a picture, you're going to be taking it at those camera settings. So you're going to have a 30th of a second, so it's dead easy to get, especially in really low light, to get an out of focus shot. So be careful on, because I did it a few times the other day. I actually took a couple of pictures but you just have to take that into account. But it's a huge bonus being able to do that. And I think I'll be using that feature quite frequently, especially when I'm at the groom or the bride's house. Don't get me wrong, I'll still have my camera on my other shoulder for different settings. But I'm quite sure, if I remember correctly as well, when you're if you're in AV on your dial and you're at, I don't know, 1/160 or 1/100 of a second at f2.8 at ISO 800, when you select your video switch at the back and you go into video mode in automatic, I leave it in automatic unless it's not getting it right. Why touch something that's working? Now I'm actually in manual, but only because I wanted it to go to 30th of a second and use a video light. But anyway, when you actually flick the little switch back off video, it actually goes back to your AV settings. So you can actually be videoing now, say this is the bride getting ready and they're all chatting, you think, shit, I want a picture. Flick the switch on the back, because you don't use the dial anymore. It's a little switch. Flick the switch and bang, you're straight in AV, bang, bang, you can start photographing again as quick as that, as long as the light's not changed dramatically. You're back at the settings where you left off, which is not a bad feature either. It seems when you go into camera mode, it doesn't actually read your AV settings, it just does its own settings in automatic. So that's quite good as well. I can't really think of anything else bad to say about the camera, apart from, like I say, the lens AF noise and that. There's some really smart features in the custom functions. It feels fantastic. You've got the only negative, the one bonus that I would have really liked to see to make this camera really gobsmacking would have been dual card slots, but it's got everything else. The AF focus, it's got the micro AF adjust back, it's got autofocus in video mode, it's got great ISO performance, it's got 19-point AF system. Not that I've used any other point but the centre, but I'm sure I will do when I'm shooting at shallow depths of field, which I haven't done yet. And the great thing in bloody video mode anyway, it follows me. So I could be shooting this at F1 or F2, and I can be moving and going like this, and it'll just stay focused with me. But it don't do that in, obviously, photography mode. So yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching. Please comment and subscribe.